Hello guys, welcome to the second video of the Crusader Kings stream modding. And if you probably noticed already, I'm taking a very different course of how to do this tutorial here. Instead of jumping straight to the downloads of tools or technical things that you should start typing and modding and things like that, for me it's very important to you to understand some concepts of modding, some structure and architecture of modding. Okay, so at this video here we're going to be talking about the file structure and file and folders, how they behave, how the modded files behave with the game, how the modded folders behave with the game, how those game files behave and where they're located, and how to work with them. Okay, also I'll be talking a little bit about what you should and should not do about files, and this will help you a lot understanding how the mod behaves inside your computer and how this will be important for not creating different bugs and problems in the future. To start understanding where those things are located, I want you to go to your Steam. You're probably using Steam. I want you to go to your Steam and click on this button here on your Crusader Kings page, Manage, and go at Manage and choose Browse Local Files. Okay. When you choose this option, your computer will open exactly when it's installed. If you're not using the Steam, you probably can right click on the icon of the Crusader Kings and choose Open File Location. And you're gonna see as well where our game files are located. When we are modding, we're gonna be interacting with all the files and folders inside the game. When you are work with mods, what you don't want to do and you never should do is change those files here. Those are the game files. Those are the ones we're gonna be modding them. We're gonna be creating files that mod those files and not modding straight to the game files. Okay. If you change the files here, if you change that files by accident or something like that, you're gonna have to download the game files again. And I don't want you to do that. But suppose you did, just fast note, suppose you did, you have to go to your Steam, go to Manage again, Properties. You're gonna have to come here with the install the files, and you're gonna have to verify the integrity of your game. By the way, sometimes it's good to do that after modding for a long time. We sometimes type things on the game files. Anyway, verify the integrity of the games if you change the game files, but as a main rule, you should not change those files here. So where are the mod files that gonna be interacting with those files here? They are located inside your documents. Paradox Interactive Games, they create a new folder on your documents called Paradox Interactive, and inside Paradox Interactive gonna be located all the files of your game. So go to your documents, wherever you can find it. If you can't find it, you can go user, find your users. You go to your C, probably your C folder, users, find the name of your user. You're gonna have documents and you're gonna see there. Here, I'm already on my documents. So I have here Crusader Kings. When I open that folder, you're gonna see that I have a lot of information here as well. Most of them are related with the logs of the game, configuration of the game. You don't wanna mess much with this now. Maybe in the future, we're gonna play with some of them. But the folder we are looking for here is that folder here, mod. That's the important folder for you. And when you click here, and to get in, you're gonna see that I have a lot of things here. Maybe you have empty one, or maybe you have one or two files here. I understand that's where all my mods that I have been working for Crusader Kings are located. Okay, every mod creates one folder and gonna create also one descriptor file, but we're gonna be understanding later. But the most important part that I want on this video here is that you understand that when you open one of those mods here, you're gonna see that I have some folders here called Como. For example, this one here, Como, GFX, localization. And when you open the game here, the game original files, you're gonna see that they are replicating exactly some other folders that I have here. So I have Como, they're Como here. Why? Because when I open here Como, they are adding files to those folders here. So let's go scripted effects. Let's open here as well, scripted effects, to show you what I mean. So what I'm doing here now, it's one of the most important things that many modders get wrong, and I would like you to understand that, because this will help you tons along the way. So as you see here, what my mod is doing is getting those 4 files and adding to this scripted effects. But how I'm adding this is very important. There are 2 options, there are 3 options, but mostly 2 technical options to do that on when you are modding for Crusader Kings 3. You can do the very same name, and you're gonna completely overwrite the original game files. So for example, if my education effects was 00, I would totally subscribe the game files education effects with my file. Okay, I would completely subscribe, so the game will just not read what I put on that file on the education effects. But suppose I don't want to subscribe, I'm not changing everything on that. I'm just changing the, for example, in this case here, a few effects that exist here, because when I open the original education effects file, so don't worry about the things that are gonna be open here. So when I open the original file here, you're gonna see that they have a lot of effects inside that file. Okay, so let me even open for you the full view. So you're gonna see that they have a lot of things here, a lot of effects. I use a program called Notepad++. We're gonna talk about this later. Don't worry about the content here, but just show you this, that when you open that original file here, let me fold out again. Oops, view, fold out. You're gonna see that they have a lot of effects here that they are talking about. They are added to the game about education effects. But my file, the one I'm working, I'm just changing 3 of those effects. So I don't want to overwrite that original game file with just 3 effects. And also I don't want to copy everything from that file to my file and then just change 3 and overwrite everything. Because if I do that, when the game updates an effect that I'm not even modding, my mod files will be with the old file, with the old effect. So I will have to update my mod just because something that I'm not even modding change it. So that works on the common of the game file. So most of the script of the games, okay? So what I do here, I put 01 in front of my file. So my education effects is 01. Why is it 01? It's because I don't want to overwrite the file of the game. I just want to update that file with the 3 effects that I'm changing. Okay, so the bigger the number, the bigger priority you give to subscribe. So if I have one mod that puts 01, other mod that puts 02, because no matter the loading order you put, the 01 will change, the 02 will change after. Okay, so understand that this numbers is to update the file, original game files, and if you put the very same number, we're gonna be overwriting. That's a very, very important concept to have. This works on this directory here that we call common. Most of files in the common follow the same principle. Of course, there's some files here in the common which are just one thing that you're gonna have to overwrite the whole thing. But this is work for common. If you see a file that have a number 00 in front of it, means that you can update that file instead of overwrite. Okay. Another important things about when we are modding is that there are some files that we don't have these options. For example, mostly files that are in GUI, which is interfacing. You see they don't have number in front of it, so we cannot do anything. We have to override the whole thing. I wish we have versions for here too, but we don't. So in GUI you don't have the option. In localization you don't have this option as well. Mostly files that deal with the texts, so we don't have this option as well. You see here they don't have a number in front of it, so most of the time we have to overwrite. Localization doesn't know the rules about naming, but we're gonna talk that in the future. But we don't have a way to only update. We pretty much have to overwrite if you're changing something inside those files. Okay, so that's a very important concept. So just a fast recap to the last part. Your file is gonna be located on mod. The files inside those folders here is gonna be updating or overwriting the files that are inside the game folder of your crusaderkings. Just fast point now, just to understand one more type of file interaction that we have in the game is the mods that you download. When you download a mod from the Steam or from Paradox or wherever place, you go to workshop, you download some mod. Let's say you download one of my mods, you download this mod here. You're gonna see that my mod has a number here. This number gonna be important, okay? This ID here is the ID of that mod. So every mod you download, they are located in another folder here inside your Steam installation, okay? Instead of being on the common on Steam apps, instead of going to the common, you go to the workshop, and inside the workshop we have contents, and every game inside the Steam they have an ID number as well. The ID number of CK3 of Crusader Kings 3 is this one here, 1158310. You're gonna see here, and then you're gonna have here the folders with the ID of all the mods that there are in this team. As I said, my mod is 30170. So here's it. So if you open here, you're gonna see that inside here, there's all my mod files as well. This is good. Sometimes you're gonna be wanting to fix the mod of all the authors. I have fixed many things here already on these files. And sometimes you're gonna be also trying to see how some modder did something to study and things like that. So that's where the mods are located. So your mod file, your local mod files, they're not gonna be here. Only when you upload, because this file here, mine, is a mod that I have, but it's now coming from Steam. So it's a replication of my mod here. Because if I go to the same mod here on my local files here, I do have this mod. This is one of my mods. So here it is. So you see that they are getting exactly the same files. They're just adding this on the workshop folder because they are not local files, but you have the very same files, always have very same files as the other modders. That's a very good thing about the community. You can see how other modders did, and you can study inside the workshop. Okay, so guys, let's wrap up this video. You know exactly where your mod files are located locally. You know exactly how they interact with the game. You know exactly how to update or overwrite, and you know exactly now where we're gonna be working. On the next video, we're gonna be talking more about how to create those folders, how to start doing your mod files, and how they're gonna be properly named and organized and interacted with the Steam Workshop, with your game, and etc. before we start modding. Okay, and thank you so much. See you guys next video.